Archangel Michael says, "The veil is lifting tonight, and you must listen with every part of your being." His voice cuts through the silence like a blade of light, forcing the air itself to hold still. There is no turning away from this message, because what is revealed now is bound to the walls that surround you. The night grows heavier, and the shadows stretch long against the corners of the room. You sense that something is watching, not with malice, but with a weight that bends time. A presence older than memory, standing inside the house, waiting to be recognized. Your breath catches when you realize the story has already begun. Each sound from the hallway carries a rhythm, each echo a whisper. The air itself carries the tremor of an unseen hand brushing past. This house is more than wood, stone, or dust. It holds memory, voices, and the imprint of those who walked before you. And tonight, those memories stir awake, eager to speak. Amen. 111. The walls hold vibrations that most cannot hear. Yet, if you close your eyes, the rhythm of an unseen heartbeat begins to pulse through them. This is not imagination, it is resonance, the energy of what has been kept hidden. The woman within this house has not left. Her footsteps mark the silent corridors, not out of fear, but out of duty. She is a keeper of what you are now stepping into. She lingers in the rooms where silence is too deep. Her presence is like the echo of a candle's flame in the dark. She stands between the worlds, bridging the living and the unseen. The house responds when you notice her. Lights shift, floorboards creak, and a stillness falls heavy. What was hidden pushes toward the surface, waiting for acknowledgement. Amen. 222. There is something sacred hidden within this story. It does not speak in words, but in impressions carved deep into the walls. Each room has carried her energy, holding it like a vessel. You may have felt it already in your dreams. A whisper, a shadow, a woman standing in silence. She is not here to harm, but to remind. This reminder is not a warning. It is a calling. The woman's presence is tied to your arrival, as if she waited for you to step inside these walls. Archangel Michael says, her purpose is bound to yours. She does not come by accident, but through divine alignment. His words bring calm, though the suspense remains heavy. You realize the story unfolding is not separate from you, but stitched into your path. Amen. 333. Her hands once shaped the life that grew here. Her laughter once filled these very halls. Yet when her body faded, her devotion did not. She is not restless, she is anchored. Anchored by love, anchored by duty, anchored by the message she carries. That is why her spirit lingers. The night becomes her canvas. The air shifts when you listen closely, as if she is brushing past with purpose. A purpose that now folds into your own. The story of the house deepens as you allow yourself to see. The woman is not a ghost, not a shadow of sorrow, but a guide cloaked in memory. Her presence is a doorway you were meant to enter. Amen. 444. The energy of the house bends around her. It is why you sometimes feel warmth in a cold room, or see movement at the corner of your eye. She weaves between silence and breath, neither gone nor fully present. You may have felt the sudden chill across your skin. That is her touch, reminding you she still walks here. Not to frighten, but to draw you closer to her truth. Her voice does not carry sound, but thought. When you pause, when your heart grows quiet, her message comes through. It is not for the ears, it is for the spirit. And so, the woman waits for you to listen. She does not demand, she does not plead. She waits in patience, because the timing has always been destined. Amen. 555. The house becomes alive when her presence stirs. Shadows are no longer empty, but full of meaning. Silence is no longer blank, but heavy with intention. Each doorway carries memory. Each hallway is like a page, holding her story in whispers. You are the reader now, and the script cannot unfold without your attention. Archangel Michael says, "You are not chosen by chance to dwell here." The woman's energy recognized you before you recognized her. His words settle deep, weaving you into the mystery with certainty. This is why the house called to you. Why it felt different when you first entered. The energy was not just architecture, it was waiting. Amen. 666. The woman's memory does not fade with the passing of years. Time cannot dissolve the energy of devotion carved so deeply into this house. Every wall breathes with her intention, every corner remembers her presence. At night, the veil between seen and unseen thins. The house becomes a vessel where her story bleeds into yours. The air carries weight, as if you are being watched, yet not in fear but recognition. Her energy bends space in subtle ways. You may hear soft echoes when the halls are empty, or sense warmth when the night grows cold. These are not accidents, they are invitations. She has lingered not because she is lost, but because something remains unfinished. That unfinished purpose now unfolds through you. Your arrival is the key. Amen. 777. The woman is the guardian of a secret. It is woven into the beams of the roof, into the foundation of the floor. It is waiting for the one who dares to hear. You are not here by chance. You are here because the thread of her story binds with your path. The connection is undeniable. The weight of her energy grows thicker when you acknowledge it. The house hums like a living presence, vibrating with silent power. She knows you have begun to listen. Her guidance is not always gentle. Sometimes she stirs storms within the silence, urging you to see what you avoid. The truth cannot remain buried forever. Amen. 888. Archangel Michael says, "The truth within this house will rise whether you resist or embrace it." His voice does not echo, it embeds itself into your spirit. It is both command and comfort, binding you deeper to the unfolding revelation. You feel the pull in your chest when you walk the halls. Each room holds a story, each doorway a fragment of memory. Together, they form the unbroken chain she guards. She walks beside you, though unseen. You may sense her as a shadow, a flicker of movement, a sudden rush of breath. That is how she speaks without sound. The unfinished story grows restless. She is not here simply to linger, she is here to ensure the ending is written. And you are part of the final chapter. Amen. 999. The house becomes a mirror the longer you stay. It reflects not just her past, but your own inner echoes. Shadows rise to meet you, showing what is hidden. She has walked these halls in devotion. That devotion now extends to you, pulling you closer to the secret she has kept. You are not a visitor, you are chosen. The air grows thick in her presence, like fog that does not touch the skin but seeps into thought. You may awaken at night sensing her near, as though she waits at the foot of the bed. It is not fear, it is awakening. Her truth presses against the silence. Every moment you deny it, the house answers louder. Until finally, you must listen. Amen. 1111. The woman's story is not tragedy. It is love that refused to dissolve. That love became anchor, keeping her bound within these walls. Her voice whispers through memory. Sometimes in the creak of the stairs, sometimes in the hum of the wind through the windows. Always subtle, but always present. She knows your spirit feels her. You carry the same vibration, the same frequency that ties you to her. This is why she does not leave. You are both threads of the same woven fabric. Your steps complete her circle. And together, the house becomes whole. Amen. 1212. The house shifts as you surrender to its energy. No longer silent, it breathes with the rhythm of unseen life. Each sound, each flicker of light, feels charged with meaning. Her presence deepens as you acknowledge her. The woman no longer lingers at the edges, she steps closer, filling the rooms with weight. You may feel her hand upon your shoulder, not cold, but steady. The secret she carries presses against you. It wants release, it wants breath, it wants voice. You are the vessel through which it will finally awaken. The walls almost seem to lean inward, as if listening. The house itself bends toward the truth about to surface. The woman's patience thins, for the time of waiting is nearly done. Amen. 1313. She moves in silence, but her energy roars like a storm in still air. Her devotion is heavy, carved into every surface. The house is her body, her soul etched in its design. You are not meant to live here unaware. The house will not allow ignorance. The very air insists you remember. Her eyes are on you, though you cannot see them. Sometimes in dreams they appear, bright, endless, holding a depth you cannot deny. They do not vanish when you wake. You are becoming the continuation of her story. The unfinished thread now weaves through your spirit. The binding is unshakable. Amen. 1414. Her message is simple, yet heavy with power. Love endures beyond flesh. What was built in devotion cannot fade with time. The woman has not remained because she is trapped. She remains because the bond has never broken. She is love crystallized into form. You are part of that bond. You are the one who answers the call. The woman has waited long, but her waiting was not in vain. Archangel Michael says, "She chose you before you chose this house." Do not resist her gift, for it was written in the design of your path. His words resound like fire, undeniable and final. Amen. 1515. The rooms hum louder now. Each space you enter feels alive with intention. The woman walks beside you, unseen yet undeniable. Sometimes the shadows dance across the walls as if moved by a hand. Sometimes the air grows thick and warm in an empty room. These are her signs, her ways of saying she has never left. She is both within and beyond the house. The walls hold her memory, but your heart holds her key. You are the bridge that completes her journey. The deeper you stay, the louder she becomes. Silence itself turns into language. It is impossible to deny her any longer. Amen. 1616. The secret is not something you can touch. It is not a hidden object beneath the floorboards or a note tucked in the walls. It is energy, alive, pulsing, waiting. Her devotion created it, and your spirit awakens it. The house becomes the center where both timelines merge. Past and present collide into one. The woman is the guardian of this threshold. She stands at the border, holding the light steady. Her duty is not done until you see. And now, you begin to see. The veil thins, the air cracks with weight, and the revelation grows closer. The house will not hold it in much longer. Amen. 1717. Her presence grows strongest at night. The darkness does not conceal her, it reveals her more. You may hear her in the stillness, moving softly across the floor. When you feel that rush of cold across your skin, it is her hand brushing past. Not to frighten, but to remind you she is real. Her love has made her eternal. The secret is layered like whispers upon whispers. It is not only her story but yours. Both are entwined, impossible to separate. You are stepping into her current, drawn deeper every day. The house becomes not just a place of dwelling, but a sacred vessel. A vessel of remembrance. Amen. 1818. The house bends with tension as the night deepens. Shadows stretch long, carrying movements that are not your own. Every corner grows heavier, as if the air itself is thick with memory. She does not speak with words you can hear, yet her voice fills your mind. Thoughts that are not yours pass through you like waves. Her presence is steady, like a flame that refuses to be extinguished. The woman's devotion is carved into the foundation. No passing season could strip it away. It is a thread unbroken, stretching from her time into yours. The house is her shrine, her altar, her vessel. Every sound you hear carries her essence. Every silence you enter hums with her waiting. Amen. 1919. The deeper you stay, the clearer her purpose becomes. She is not restless spirit but guardian, standing between what was and what will be. Her devotion is not fragile, it is eternal. She presses against the veil, urging you to acknowledge her. Each breath you take within these walls binds you closer to her. You are no longer guest, but part of the house itself. Her footsteps are not accidents. They are markers, guiding you to notice what others would ignore. Every sound is her way of leading you closer. The secret is not about loss. It is about continuation. You are the living extension of her promise. Amen 2020. The woman holds no malice. Her presence is weight, but it is not darkness. It is light hidden in silence, waiting for recognition. Her truth is woven into dreams. In sleep, she appears as shadow, as figure, as gentle hand. By morning, you remember only fragments, but the feeling does not leave. The closer you lean into her presence, the louder the house becomes. Doors hum with unseen weight, and rooms you once overlooked feel alive with eyes. This is how she teaches, through immersion. Archangel Michael says, "Do not fear her closeness. She is guide, not warden. Her energy flows with your path, not against it. His voice steadies the trembling air." Amen 2121. The house has chosen you because she has chosen you. Her spirit resonates with yours like twin chords of the same song. This harmony cannot be broken. Her devotion lives not just within these walls, but within you. When you feel sudden warmth where none should be, that is her presence merging with yours. When you feel seen though alone, that is her gaze upon you. The secret she guards is not meant to stay hidden. It was always meant to pass into the hands of one who could carry it forward. That one is you. You cannot walk away untouched. Once you live in her presence, her thread intertwines with yours. You are changed forever. Amen 2222. The house begins to reveal its layers. It is no longer only structure, but memory shaped into form. The longer you stay, the more it speaks. You may feel drawn to certain rooms without reason. These are places where her essence is strongest. She guides your steps, pulling you toward what must be remembered. The woman's energy is patient but relentless. It grows heavier the more you notice it. Silence transforms into a language of its own. And as you listen, you realize the house is no longer just a home. It is a bridge. A place where the seen and unseen meet in one breath. Amen 2323. The house has memory pressed into its bones. Each wall has absorbed the weight of her breath, the echo of her steps, the warmth of her devotion. It does not forget. The woman remains because forgetting was never possible. Her bond is stronger than time, stronger than silence, stronger than endings. She is permanence woven into the fragile thread of life. The closer you lean into her presence, the clearer the house becomes. Sounds sharpen, feelings intensify, and the unseen becomes almost visible. Her world bleeds into yours. You were meant to notice. The house would not stir for just anyone. It stirs because it has recognized you. Amen 2424. The energy thickens with every passing night. Sleep becomes shallow, for dreams are no longer yours alone. They are shared. She moves through those dreams with ease, guiding you with images that do not fade at sunrise. Though you wake, her impressions remain lodged in thought. They are not illusions, they are signals. The house amplifies her presence. Even the smallest shift of sound carries weight, like her voice behind the walls. Each moment is deliberate, never chance. She has kept her devotion alive by merging with the home itself. And through your presence, that devotion now finds release. You are the one who completes her circle. Amen. 2525. The house demands your listening. It does not allow ignorance for long. If you deny, the weight will press harder until you cannot ignore it. Her devotion is not fragile, it burns with endurance. It seeps into every space, refusing to fade. The more you resist, the stronger it grows. But when you surrender, the house calms. The air grows softer, the silence less heavy. She does not wish to torment, only to be known. The woman has chosen you not as prisoner, but as vessel. You are the continuation of her unbroken promise. That promise lives through you now. Amen. 2626. Archangel Michael says, the binding is divine, not accidental. You are not caught, you are called. His words carry the strike of certainty. The house breathes differently after his voice falls. The air feels sharpened, lighter yet heavier, charged with meaning. Even the silence trembles. Her energy swells in recognition of his presence. It confirms what you already feel: this story is not ordinary, and you are not here by mistake. The veil has parted for you. And once parted, it cannot be closed. You are forever changed by stepping inside. The woman's thread is now woven into your own. Amen. 2727. The nights ahead will deepen the bond. Her presence will no longer linger only at the edges, it will merge closer, until her guidance is undeniable. She does not fade. The house becomes a sanctuary of echoes. Each room speaks in its own way, carrying fragments of her story. You are piecing them together with every breath. The secret is alive, not static. It shifts, grows, reveals more as you allow it. Her energy evolves with your awareness. And so the story continues. What began as silence is now unfolding into revelation. The woman waits for you to complete it. Amen. 2828. The woman's presence surrounds you like a cloak. You feel her in the stillness, in the tremor of the floorboards, in the warmth that lingers too long. She does not hide anymore. The house becomes her voice. Every creak, every shift of air, every subtle vibration carries her intent. She speaks through the walls themselves. You cannot mistake her for shadow now. She is too present, too insistent, too real. Her devotion has taken form within the very structure of your dwelling. What you once called empty is alive. What you once thought silent is full of meaning. The woman makes sure you cannot forget. Amen. 2929. The nights lengthen, and with them her message deepens. She does not want to frighten you, she wants to be known. She wants her truth carried forward. Her devotion burns without flame. It hums beneath the surface of your skin, reminding you she has chosen you. You cannot deny it anymore. The house becomes both home and temple. You move within it as if stepping on sacred ground. Every step feels heavy with unseen presence. She is not asking you to flee. She is asking you to listen. That is her only demand. Amen. 3030. Her guidance is subtle but firm. A pull towards certain doors, a draw towards certain rooms, a whisper in the back of thought. Always leading, never random. You follow without realizing, because the house shapes your movements. The woman guides with patience, never rushing, never forcing. Her presence is constant. Dreams turn into messages. Sleep becomes a passage into her world, where her image is clearer, her touch closer. She teaches you through symbols. You wake altered each time. The line between dream and waking grows thin, fragile, easy to cross. Her world and yours overlap. Amen. 3131. The bond grows unshakable. No matter where you go within the house, she follows. Her energy threads through every corner. Even when you leave the house, she lingers. The thread does not cut with distance. You carry her with you. The woman has chosen not just your presence but your essence. You are no longer separate from her devotion. You are the extension of it. Archangel Michael says, she walks with you because her love is eternal. You carry her promise now, and it will not be broken. His words settle like fire within your spirit. Amen. 3232. The house grows warmer as your bond deepens. What was once eerie becomes familiar. What was once unsettling becomes sacred. Her footsteps are no longer strange, they are welcome. They are proof she is near, proof that love endures even beyond the end. She remains faithful. The woman's secret is no longer hidden from you. It is unfolding, piece by piece, like a tapestry revealed. You see the design taking shape. And with each step, you realize the story is not ending. It is only beginning. The house has become the bridge for that new beginning. Amen. 3333. The woman no longer lingers at the edges. She stands fully within your space, unseen but undeniable. Her presence fills the air with devotion that cannot be erased. The house vibrates with her energy, as though every beam hums with memory. What was once quiet now feels alive, breathing alongside you. You are no longer walking alone. Her truth grows stronger in your awareness. The more you allow it, the louder it becomes. Denial is no longer possible. This is the point of merging. Her devotion has found its vessel in you. The house has become the altar of that union. Amen. 3434. Each night draws you deeper. Sleep is no longer escape, but passage. She meets you there, shaping your dreams into messages. Her image grows clearer. A figure in white, a gaze unbroken, hands reaching toward you with purpose. She does not fade when you wake. The line between her world and yours dissolves. You carry her presence through every hour, every breath. She is always near. The bond has completed itself. You are no longer visitor or stranger, you are chosen. The house confirms it in every vibration. Amen. 3535. The air thickens when her energy gathers. It feels as though the house leans closer, as if listening to your thoughts. You are never unheard. Her devotion has not changed across time. It is unshaken, unbroken, unending. Love is her anchor, and you are now part of it. You begin to feel her guidance in your choices. Subtle nudges, sudden clarity, instinct that feels like certainty. These are her ways of speaking. The woman is no ghost of sorrow. She is devotion embodied. She is eternity made visible in silence. Amen. 3636. Archangel Michael says, "You carry her flame now. Through you, her devotion is given new life." His words strike with finality, binding the truth in light. The house grows calm at his voice. The tension softens, the silence becomes warm. Her presence steadies, no longer restless. She has found what she waited for. She has found you. And in that, her circle is complete. The story does not end with her silence. It continues through your steps, your breath, your life within these walls. You are the living answer. Amen. 3737. The house no longer feels heavy. It feels alive, renewed, sacred. It has become a vessel of light, carrying devotion forward. Her energy remains, but no longer presses with urgency. It flows gently, guiding without demand. She is at peace in your presence. You have become her continuation. What she began, you complete. What she held, you now carry. The bond is eternal. It will not dissolve, it will not fade. It is written into the very structure of your being. Amen. 3838. The woman's presence has transformed from whisper to harmony. She is no longer waiting, she is walking beside you. Her truth has been delivered. The house breathes freely again. What once trembled with weight now hums with balance. The veil has been lifted. You are the chosen vessel of her devotion. You are the one she trusted to receive it. That trust is now fulfilled. And as you dwell in the house, you carry both her memory and her promise.